concussions among United States high school and collegiate athletes, for young people ages 15 to 24 years, sports are second only to motor vehicle crashes as the leading cause of traumatic brain injury. Concussions in high school and collegiate sports are a major topic of concern for student athletes, coaches, and athletic trainers today. According to the CDC, 4 to 5 million concussions occur annually in young American athletes. In my speech today, I'm going to tell you why you must report a concussion if you're experiencing concussion-like symptoms or see another athlete experiencing symptoms. I'm also going to explain the importance of detecting a concussion in its early stages and why it is often difficult for athletes nowadays to do that. First off, let's go over the concussion symptoms and what you should be reporting if you start experiencing or seeing this happen to another athlete. The main signs that an athlete has a concussion is brief loss of consciousness after the injury, memory problems, confusion, drowsiness or dizziness, double vision or blurred vision, a headache, nausea or vomiting, sensitivity to light or noise, balance problems, or a slowed reaction to a stimuli. During a recovery period after a concussion, one may experience irritability, sensitivity to light or noise, difficulty concentrating, or a mild headache. According to the Head Case Company, 1 in 5 high school athletes will sustain a sports concussion during their season, and about 47% of all reported sports concussions occur during high school football, and 33% of all sports concussions in high school take place during practice. Why report a concussion? Well, there are many reasons to report a concussion. First off, let's look at the physical importance. According to the CDC, an estimated 5.3 million Americans live with a traumatic brain injury-related disability. Concussions can cause long-term brain damage that can severely handicap your health in both the present while you're experiencing the immediate symptoms of the injury, but more importantly, it can damage the stability of your brain in the future. While the first hit or the first point of contact can be very problematic, the second or third head impact can cause permanent long-term brain damage and can also result in fatality. So I can't stress to you enough the importance of reporting that initial head injury or that first experience you have with concussion-like symptoms. 39% is the amount by which cumulative concussions are shown to increase catastrophic head injury, leading to permanent neurologic disability. That means 1 in 3 cumulative concussions lead to serious brain injury later in life. You must report a concussion if you want to have any chance at avoiding this issue down the road. Secondly, let's look at the emotional and mental reasons as to why it is important for an athlete to report a concussion. Reported or not, concussions that lead to further health issues can really affect an athlete both mentally and emotionally. Sitting out a string of practices and missing games is hard enough on an athlete, but ending an athlete's career is a whole entirely new situation. Reporting a concussion as soon as possible will help athletes best avoid having their careers cut short. Having an athlete's career cut short can lead to a number of emotional problems, such as short or long-term depression, feeling of regret over the fact that he or she should have reported the injury initially, and also anger. Why is it hard for athletes to report a concussion? Bottom line, athletes want to play. They work hard to compete, and they always want to be given the chance to do what they love. According to the CDC, 4 of 10 concussions are never reported by the actual athlete. Kids are having trouble reporting concussions nowadays for a number of reasons. First off, they're in fear of missing an important game or practice leading up to a competition. There's pressure from teammates, coaches, parents for athletes to be at their best at all times. There's also pressure from the next level, for example, college coaches or professional organizations to compete and perform for money and scholarships at a higher level. And lastly, kids want to show their toughness. Toughness is a skill that is admired in sports, and sometimes pride can get in the way of doing what is right for an athlete's body. A study was conducted among high school athletes from researchers at Cincinnati Children's Hospital. Of 120 high school athletes that were football players, 30 of them had suffered a concussion. The good news was that 3/4 of those surveyed athletes received prior concussion education, and most could correctly recognize the main symptoms of a concussion. The bad news was an astounding 91% felt that it was okay to play with a concussion. 75% said they would play through any injury just to win a game. 53% said they would always or sometimes continue to play with a headache after a sustained head injury in a game. Only 54% would always or sometimes report symptoms of a concussion to their coach. And only 4 of 10 would tell their coach immediately if they had concussion symptoms. To wrap my speech up today, I just want to reiterate that athletes must report concussions. It may be difficult at the time because I know for a fact athletes are competitive. But in reality, long-term health is far more important than a short-term career. Sustaining lifelong brain injury can damage athletes physically, mentally, and emotionally, and can be prevented if an initial concussion symptom is reported. Thank you.